Hey everyone, welcome to Ludicrous Feed Live, the EV show by Ludicrous Feed. Today is Wednesday the 12th of June 2024. So nice of you to join us tonight indeed, wherever you're watching from. Lots of viewers tuning in already, 77 viewers. Wow, that's truly amazing. Thanks for joining us. Let's welcome our co-host as always, as we say a big ni hao and zhemayang to Riz from Carloop. Riz, how are you going?
Hey Tom, happy to be on. I think tonight's going to go off because we've got quite a few very interesting EV things to talk about. But have a good laugh and hear a lot more from our audience as well and all the things they've been up to.
Absolutely. We're here to keep it real as always, Riz. And I hope you've been hitting your Duolingo because, next week is our big trip to China, as you know, and as everyone else is knowing. We can't wait to hopefully be broadcasting next week's show from somewhere in China, maybe Shanghai, maybe Hangzhou, wherever ZEEKR will be taking us next week. So, Riz, got your bags packed?
Not yet, but I'm still keen to find out. I'm still helping Bonza with a couple of things, and I don't want to get things too prepared just yet. But looking forward to it. Next week will be awesome.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be flying Bonzo. That's probably a sure thing. I mean, I do feel sorry for the staff. They've been officially laid off this week, so we do feel for you. But yeah, thanks for helping out, Riz. Whatever you can do to help Bonzo. Anyway, we'll let you guys know our itinerary, I guess, as time goes on. Next week we'll be broadcasting from China, as I said, thanks to our friends from ZEEKR. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, well, let's say hello to our sponsors as always. We've got Carloop, thank you, Riz, once again, the data king to empower Australia's EV revolution, and also KOBA Car Insurance with a Tesla-specific product. So check out their details in the video description below as always. Let's say hello to our early guests as always. We've got hello Jim Donaldson, hello there. Hello Rob S, hoping for an encore from Tom. No, I won't be singing tonight, so you can hear about that as I release that video for the BYD microphone the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that very special video. I do apologize in advance for my singing. I can see Jeanette Lamb, one of our viewers, has just purchased a second-hand Atto 3 in Queensland. So congratulations, Jeanette. Welcome to the EV community here in Australia. Great to see that you've purchased an EV second-hand. That's good. Hello, Mark B. And hello, Cyber EV. I'm sick in bed. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you feel better soon. Watching from chilly Sydney. Yes, it's definitely getting colder here in Sydney. And hello also to Gaffer. Got a chance to check out 2024.20.1. That's good. Well done. And hello, Rowan Kilby from a very comfortable evening in Townsville. We're very jealous down here in the southern states. It's a bit cooler for us down here. Hello, Tassie EV. Nice to see you. Yeah, thank you for tagging us on X. Yes, we'll be discussing what you tagged later on too. Hello, Aaron. Welcome back from the US. Nice to see you. Gaffer's got a nice public warning for us for NRMA members with ChargeFox. Even if you put your details into your ChargeFox profile for NRMA, you don't get your discount just yet. That only happens if you use the crappy NRMA app. So just a word of warning there for everyone on the road trip, doing road trips with the ChargeFox app. Hello, Terry Seaton. Hello there. And hello, JD Media and Music. Yes, and hello, Richard Laxton. Hello, Richard. Nice to see you. Oh, we've got Jez on, Riz, coming from a chilly but refreshing East Toorak.
He's in the spa at the moment, and he said we need to make some changes to the background, and I did. I put a BYD cup on top of my black Cybertruck, and that wasn't there, Tom, before our show, so it's up there now. That's the best I could come up with in the short time you gave me, Jez.
That's all right. It looks good anyway, Riz. Thanks for brushing up the background there. Appreciate it. Hello, Lewis. Nice to see you. Yes, he says, gonna say, I reckon Tom should video himself singing Better Man when in the Spectre. Ooh, that could be a bit of a treat. Not sure if the Spectre PR people would appreciate that, but yep, that's coming up. All right. Hello, Peter. Nice to see you there from Cybertruck Canberra. Yes, the Cybertruck is in Canberra. We'll get to that shortly on the show. Hello, Scott. Nice to see you. Hello, Jasper from Katherine, Northern Territory. Hello, SWS from New Beith, Queensland. Hello, Chewy from Melbourne. Hello, Kangaroo Island from sunny Kangaroo Island. Hello, Grandpa, BBQ, Game Cat. Hello, Paul Elliott. Hello, Charles Gregory. Hello, Jason Oakley. Tom is a banana. He's going to cop a lot in Shanghai. Yes, I'm going to have to practice my Mandarin, unfortunately. Yes, I'm going to have to embarrass myself there, but I will try my very best. Hello, Oz Screamer. Nice to see you. Thanks, everyone, for joining us on tonight's show, Wednesday, 12th of June, 2024. Riz, let's kick off with one of your articles here on The Driven. We've got, price wars help electric vehicle sales rebound in May as BYD eats into Tesla market share.
Yeah, it's starting to happen now, particularly with not so much BYD eating into Tesla's market share, but just the EV sales are rebounding, which is great to see. I think Model 3 and Model Y collectively made up over 3,000 sales in that month. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what the coming months bring now that we have the prices that we have for Model 3, Model Y. They've sort of set a new benchmark and puts a lot of pressure on other brands to keep their prices low or cut it further if they want to stay competitive, which is what we've seen with Ford Mustang Mach-E. Toyota has done that before they launched the BZ4X. Hyundai is looking at, giving some offers as well. So yeah, it's good for consumers.
Yeah, that's right. No surprises there. Tesla Model 3 and Model Y topping the sales there. And then BYD Seal coming in third, surpassing BYD Atto 3 in fourth spot. And then MG4, which is a very good value for that size of vehicle, 565 there. And the EX30 is making the top 10, I guess, for the first time, which is good.
It is. It's I think it's going to be one of Volvo's best sellers. I don't think it will be in the top 10 every month, but until they fill up the initial demand. I also saw this week that Volvo has not to be negative, but they've got a recall on the EX30 globally. It's to do with the speedometer, and apparently it goes into some sort of a test mode while driving for some vehicles. I'm not sure what it actually means, what happens when it goes into test mode, but there's an over-the-air update coming. The interesting part about that was it impacts 72,000 vehicles. In only a couple of months, they put out 72,000 vehicles. That's a big achievement.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. Very good. I mean, for that size of vehicle, like we know the small SUV and the mid-size SUV sells well here in Australia. You can see the sales numbers here. So I think you're right, Riz. The EX30 should do well. And I've got that on loan, I think in August to test drive. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Hopefully the update will be fixing the speedometer by then. Riz 8% this month, or at least in May 2024. Higher than the last couple of months. So, all the news from mainstream media about electric vehicles are dead. I mean, surely that's dead in the water. That kind of, false news. So we shall see what next month brings. I think 8% is quite respectable given, times being tough and what they are. So good to see. Thanks, Riz, for that. And just quickly showing this graph here. That's the Australian EV uptake tracker from 2011 all the way to today, 2024. So we're currently sitting 195,632 full battery electric vehicles here in Australia, which is just 5,000 short of 200,000. That's good.
Yeah, so we're getting there, and I think we're not far from reaching 1,000 fast charging locations. So when we'll celebrate that, I think some of the viewers sort of commented last week that we should have some sort of a Ludicrous Feed party at that charger, wherever that 1,000
that's right.
Should be good.
Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, look, this obviously we're still in the early part of the S curve, right? We'd see that shooting up, but we're still very early days yet, 8%. So I don't think we've quite taken off yet. So which is very exciting to see. Let's take a few comments from our audience. So a question from Tassie EV for you, Riz. Did Hyundai get the Kona EV sales figures, or do they not split them out from the overall Kona sales?
Good question, Tassie. They don't split them. That's one thing. I did finally get them from Hyundai yesterday. 131 Kona electrics were sold in the month of May. So, if that was there, that should just scrape in just underneath the EQA.
Yeah, so doing better than the Ioniq 5 in May. So that's good to see. Cool. All right. Thanks for that. And questions about, the Dolphin not selling as many as we hoped. It's still in the top 10, but certainly lower than the MG4, for example.
Yeah, that's, arguably it has a bit more space in it than the MG4. In the way it's packaged, I think there's a lot of space in that car. Bjorn Nyland is testing it at the moment, and he's even put a baby seat up at the front to see what it's like. He reckons there's a lot of space in it, but yeah, I don't know what's lacked there. Maybe MG's done better at marketing the car, having won Car Sales Car of the Year award last year. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe MG has more dealers and more stock, so when people go in to look at maybe an MG ZS, they also consider an MG4 and find maybe it has comparable space to the ZS. So yeah, many factors, but Dolphins not flipping as quickly as we would have liked.
Nice. Yeah, look, from a personal point of view, I must say I prefer the MG4 looking at the two cars. I think the MG4, from a superficial point of view, looks nicer, looks better, looks sportier. It's a rear-wheel drive vehicle for a start. And yeah, I think, it's got a good efficiency as well. So I think the MG4 for me is the one that tips the balance between the two. But you guys might be different in the crowd here. You guys might prefer the Dolphin, but for me the MG4 is a better purchase. Anyway, that's my opinion. A good question from Aaron. Where is the Polestar 2? Where is the Polestar 2, Riz? What's happened here?
So Polestar 2 sales are not. VFAX doesn't report them anymore. So Polestar reports them to the Electric Vehicle Council, and they do release them. And they just sold, I believe, just over 100 cars. I don't think we had received those sales by the time this article went up. So just over 100 sales from Polestar in May.
Okay. 100 sales. So it would sit kind of just outside the top 10 at this stage, just under the GWM Aura. I believe the Polestar 3 was supposed to come out this year, but I haven't seen too much information about that just yet.
Yeah, I also heard Polestar 4 is delayed in some markets due to some software-related things. So hopefully things will happen very shortly, and we'll know a bit more about it in the coming months as well. Surely, like Polestar 2 had a refresh in September last year, or August, September. So 4 and 3 should be quite good because we need SUVs in that market. That's what people want to buy.
Yeah, that's right. Good points from John OX. Dolphin DC charging is worse than MG4, especially for extended range. Good point. I think Dolphin is actually under 100 kilowatts, whereas MG4 is above that. So, yeah, that's a good point. People waiting for the Seagull with the Dolphin Mini, also a good point. Yeah. Now, a question from Mihi, if anyone can answer this question for them. Is it normal that Seal Performance throttles power after using full acceleration 4 to 5 times? I guess it depends what state of charge you're on as well. So, yes, I guess maybe, if someone else has a Seal Performance, they could help them out. Tassie EV, haven't seen any AU Polestar 3 reviews from Spain. Hope you were invited over to review it as Gav from New Zealand was. No, we're not quite in the same sphere of influence as Gav. Gav Shoebridge from New Zealand. We'll see anyway. It'd be nice to head overseas to see that vehicle. Maybe we'll see some of these in Shanghai, Riz, or wherever. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next story, which is... Should we do this one? Yeah, let's do this one. So, quickly, just Sawyer Merritt. I know we do Toyota Watch, but it's a bit early for Toyota Watch. That's because we're going to segue to something else. But apparently Toyota is claiming a new combustion engine being a game changer, expecting them in 2027. So they're double downing on, EVs not being the future, and they're saying we've got a new combustion engine coming soon. So that's their claim. That segues onto our story our graph from Carloop about Toyota Hilux, and RAV4 prices slipping up and up over time, Riz.
Yeah, so first of all, apologies, everyone. I'm not sure why our graph's a bit blurry. So if anyone's looking for more high resolution stuff, reach out to me or Tom, and we'll send that over to you. RAV4, people talk about EVs are priced far too high. Look at what's happened to that car since the beginning of 2018. It's the average selling price is about just over. This is the Hilux. That's it. Hilux prices have gone up significantly, and I was just thinking about the RAV4 because I was working on it before we got onto the stream. These have approached, nearly 70,000, and RAV4 is about $53,000 on average, and that's climbed from 34,000 back in 2018. So I'll share that chart as well next week. Oh, there it is. Significant jump. And you think about, EV prices coming down over a period of time, and up until the beginning of this year, it seems to be climbing. And if you compare the Model Y to the RAV4, it doesn't include the price cuts from the last couple of months. We'll have that in our chart in the coming weeks. It's coming down, whereas the RAV4 prices are consistently staying up. So either Toyota's taking a mickey out of consumers, or something's not right here. So, arguably the Model Y is a much better car all round, and it is in a different league compared to the RAV4. But Toyota consumers seem quite happy to be paying mid-50,000s for some of the vehicles that Toyota sells, and this is the average price, not sort of the top of the range models that Toyota's selling for close to 60 grand of the RAV4.
And not to mention too, the RAV4 I think has a very long waiting list as well to get a car. Whereas Model Y is a few weeks, right?
Yeah, that's right. So all those stories about, thousands of Teslas parked up somewhere at a port, I think it's a good thing that they're letting people know that, hey, you can actually go and buy one. You don't have to wait 12, 18 months to get one.
There's Chewy saying, yeah, supply and demand. Mate of mine waited nearly 20 months for his RAV4. Yeah, I've heard the same from colleagues and friends as well. So it's not a secret. It's a long wait to get a RAV4.
Oh, what a feeling.
Oh, what a feeling. What a very long feeling.
Yeah.
Chewy says RAV4 pass, decent car, but not at what they charge for it, so to speak. Yeah, nice one. Toyotas have always been expensive. The parts come in gold-plated, diamond, encrusted boxes, according to Richard. Look, they're very popular, no doubt. They do sell a lot of cars in Australia, that's true. Question from Justin. Do you think BYD will release the C-Line 07 in Australia this year? And that is the full battery electric version of the C-Line 06, so to speak.
Fingers crossed, because as far as I know, they haven't released it in China yet either. It's coming. I think it should be there in a couple of months' time. But yeah, usually what BYD's done in the past is they've taken about 12 months or so after a model is fully revealed and available in China to do the testing and all of those other things that they've got to do before releasing it into markets. But this time it might be different. Maybe they're already testing it in some European markets and we're not, we haven't seen it just yet. So fingers crossed, but I'd say Q1 2025.
Yep, fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll try and spot some cars for you in Shanghai, of course. Lots to capture. So let's keep going for now. 210 viewers at the 19-minute mark. Thanks, everyone. That's great to see. So many people tuning in. That's great. Now we've got here a comment from Jez. No Rolls-Royce Spectre sales. Riz, would they be in the top 10? Unlikely, right?
Look, unlikely. Two points on Rolls-Royce Spectre. One, there's a story we're going to talk about. I had to cancel 2025 Spectre order because there was a car that had popped up. But we'll talk about that soon. And on the other end, today I saw a press release from Mercedes-Benz, and it's actually Mercedes Maybach. And for those that know, Maybach is sort of the luxury brand, or the most luxurious brand you can get out of Germany. And Mercedes, obviously, I believe they own them. Mercedes Maybach EQS 680 SUV with a starting price of about $350,000 before on-road costs, or any of the hundreds of options that you could possibly get on that car. It's got basically wheel covers that have a Maybach logo mesh on them. We'll have to pull up some photos in the coming streams, but that's what's going to be competing. So if you're looking for an SUV, and Spectres are hard to get, Tom will be getting into one soon, then Mercedes Maybach might be the way to go.
Yeah, so they promised me late June, July. So yeah, I think it's still at Riz's place. So next time Riz can actually let go of it for a few weeks, then I'd be happy to take it for a spin for a day. So everyone, hang in there. It's coming soon.
Well, you might actually spot it on your trip over to Europe later on.
Oh yes, that's true. That's true.
It's the home of the Rolls Royce.
Of course, the UK. Yeah, we'll keep our eyes out for that. Let's meet MJ saying, oh sorry, Midge is saying, expect to see lots of pics of camouflage, leopard print, tiger print from our trip to Shanghai. So yeah, we'll definitely capture that. Yes, Charles. Yes, I don't know where you saw that report. The XPENG launching in Australia, and the order page was live very briefly. We'll talk about that later on in the stream. So hang on to that thought. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks, Jez. Hit the like button for sure. Tom needs some spending money for Shanghai. That's true. Actually, speaking of Maybach, I did see one on the North Shore of Sydney a few weeks ago in the wild. There's a lot of money rolling around on the North Shore of Sydney, so I wasn't too surprised to see that car driving around. And Richard says he saw a white Spectre, Rolls-Royce Spectre, driving down Springvale Road a few days ago. Now, my Melbourne geography is not so good. Is that quite a nice area, Springvale Road?
Springvale is on its way to Glenveverley, where there is a lot of Chinese money, and it's that's where it's at when it comes to Rolls Royces and the rest. So that's probably where Richard was heading himself.
And Dorchen, I think that means a lot of money. So there you go. I am practicing. Now let's keep going. We've got the Cybertruck in Canberra. It's been spotted. It's there. So if you're in Canberra, it's there for the next week. So go check it out. It's at the Tesla showroom down there. And here is it spotted in Canberra. Tesla Owners Club of Australia via Jason from TechAU's X. Something has happened in Canberra. TOCA members should keep an eye out on the TOCA official Facebook page and the TOCA events page on the website. Yeah, there it is there.
I'm a bit worried about the Cybertruck there in that photo.
Yeah?
I think that scooter will do more damage to that.
Yeah. Well, watch this. I'll show you this video here if you're worried about damage. So this is, thanks Arm from X. If you don't know what this means, like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, go ask your mum or dad. But this is the video of the Cybertruck hopping into the Canberra showroom. The steering wheel's on the wrong side, someone is heard saying. That is super tight. For those listening on audio podcast, that's the Cybertruck trying to get into a very tight door. Reasonable clearance, Riz.
Oh, it doesn't fit in most car park spaces in Australia, so I don't know how they're trying to get that in there.
I know.
So, Tom, do you think they drove this down?
Yeah, I thought about this, Riz. I don't know. I mean, did anyone spot this? Surely someone would have taken a photo on the Hume Highway of this going down. Surely, right? Maybe came in a container?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this thing is like not hard to... It's pretty hard to miss, you know. Big steel fridge rolling down the freeway. Yeah, Richard says this is the exact opposite of tossing a hot dog down the hallway. Yep, I agree. I think that comment was said in jest. Jason says, that's me every day with my garage.
Oh.
Yeah. Charles says, imagine how popular that guy would be if it's scraped. Can you imagine if the wing mirror is scraped? Oh, that's so tight. Anyway, that's the Cybertruck in Canberra. Go check that out for yourselves. And sticking with Cybertruck news for now, we've got the first official Cybertruck delivery in Monaco. Congratulations to the Prince Albert of Monaco. There it is. At the is that the Monaco Casino, Monte Carlo? Yes, it is. Guys can see there. There you go. Let's turn the music down. Getting unveiled there. There's the Prince himself, I think. There you go. If anyone's going to have a Cybertruck, it's going to be him, right? Last I heard, it was about $70 million or $70 million euros to buy an apartment in Monte Carlo.
Oh.
So I think if you can afford that, you can afford one of these. Nice. And I think this is the Cybertruck too, Riz. 326 kilowatts charging.
It's so Tesla is ramping that up in terms of the charging speeds that they sort of claim. So this, I guess, would be able to get 350 kilowatts. Um, awesome to see. This gentleman, Drake, I've spotted him before because I did a story on when he was towing a huge American RV, and apparently he's an RV dealer. And just what you can do. So he's really putting this Cybertruck to the test, including the charging speeds, which are very impressive. I wonder if any chargers in Australia at the moment, Tesla Superchargers that is, would be able to get anywhere close to that. The V4s, maybe? I know they're
Yeah.
still under the V3. Maybe the Chatswood one.
Oh, well, the V4s are supposed to be 350 kilowatts. So I don't think the Model Ys and Model 3 long range performance can charge that quick. But no, even the eGMP cars, are they 800 volt compatible, these new V4 superchargers? We'll have to
Hard to
ask
tell.
Charles.
Yeah, he would know.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll have to test one of these new V4s, if they are indeed V4, if not just V3 in V4 housing. Yeah, that's a good point, Riz. They are in Chatswood. We'll get to that very shortly too. And when you said Drake, I thought you meant like the singer Drake.
No,
No,
Drake's
different
got that Drake's got beef with everybody. This Drake, I think, loves RVs and Cybertrucks.
Drake. Yeah, and yeah, Tassie EV, good point. Probably one of the cheapest cars in Monte Carlo as well. Very true, considering some of the cars out there. Now we got to get it out. Yeah, that's right. Get it out of the showroom now. Got to back it out, right? Gaffer makes a good point. Would have loved to see it on the roads. I thought they'd try to get some Seacliff shots from the Illawarra. Yeah, down Nash's way at Nashville. That would have been cool to see. Don Gray says Parramatta staff confirmed the Cybertruck was being transported via enclosed truck between dealership locations, not being driven in the state. Thanks, Don. Cool. Let's keep going. And so we've got some shots of Model S Plaid in Lunar Silver.
Ooh.
Looks nice. And same with the Model X in Lunar Silver as well. That looks pretty plush. Nice one. And Scotty's saying the cabinets are still 400 volt architecture for V4s. Yep, we thought so. That's right. Yep, and so check this out. We've talked a little bit about the Enhance people making sexy buttons, but they are working hard to make a replacement stalk for the new Model 3s. So this is what they've previewed. Check this out. So that is a stalk, everyone, in the new Tesla Model 3. So hopefully the guys from Enhance will send me one of these to test on one of the Highland Model 3s. That could be a hot seller for those who missed those stalks. Yeah, thank you, Charles, answering the question about whether they're V4, true V4s. The cabinets are the same, slightly higher spec, effectively 380 kilowatt-ish output per cabinet. Okay, they may install up-spec cabinets later. Nice. And for those interested, I'll share this, I guess. I'll retweet it now, or re-exit now. This is Tesla's, I guess, resume. Let's just repost that. If you want to know what Tesla's been doing for the last how many years, that's what they've been doing. Just all their benchmarks laid out here in a nice CV. It's pretty impressive, Riz.
Just goes to show that never sit still. And imagine if America didn't have Tesla as a car company or as an electric vehicle maker. I don't think the resume of the other brands would be looking anywhere as close to what this is for Tesla.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And yeah, that's good. And at the halfway mark, 8:30, 233 viewers. Thanks everyone for joining tonight live. That's fantastic. Great engagement. Now, this is very interesting, Riz. So we've got obviously Tesla UI, and we've got pretty much everyone else using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. This is pretty impressive here. So this is Apple's next-gen Apple CarPlay UI, looking awfully similar to Tesla's UI. I mean, that's not a bad thing. The Tesla UI is pretty nice. Apple CarPlay's got advantages, so why not marry the two?
That's right. Apparently in China, and maybe some of our viewers can confirm this, but in China, there's different maps for Teslas now. And
Okay.
they're actually, I think they're using 3D maps of some sort, similar to what I guess the Apple maps up at the top are showcasing. So that would be interesting to see how that's different, because that is pretty cool. If that can happen sort of live, it helps you take exits and shows you a lot more information as you're driving down. So yeah, cool to see. But it's not just, I guess, Apple. There's a lot of others, car makers in China, as well as sort of some of the European makers as well, that will take inspiration from what Tesla's been doing. So yeah, interesting to see. But we'll check out what Tesla UI is like in China when we're there next week.
Yeah, we'll try and look at that. Yeah, I quite like Apple CarPlay, but it feels a bit basic compared to Tesla UI. Obviously, you can load stuff like ABRP, which you can do trip planning with an OBD2 port. But if the Apple UI can look like that, and you can have like music, there you can have your speedo and charge, implemented with Apple CarPlay by an OBD port or whatever, that would be really cool. It would look really awesome. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement for Apple CarPlay. So I'm looking forward to seeing that hopefully implemented in coming weeks, I guess, if they allow it. Yeah, so Jono X, CarPlay integrating to get real-time battery status from the car. That's cool. And Apple CarPlay update for Ford will support EV trip planning. That is awesome. That's what we need. Andy's saying the Baidu version 20 map looks great too. Okay. Thank you. And yeah, good news for our marquee owners in Australia. That's great. Scotty says the cabinets, the V4 cabinets for Tesla is an 800-volt system. Okay, that's good. That'd be good. Now, Richard's saying for us, Riz, when you're in China, you need to check out the Dongfeng M Hero 917. Peak ridiculous. Let's see what that looks like.
That, I believe, is a 4x4 of some sort.
Wow. Okay, I see what Richard's talking about. There it is there. What a beast. If anywhere's going to have this, it would be Shanghai, right? Surely.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Richard will put that on the wish list. No problem. As part of our car spotting journey. All right, let's keep going. So, okay, so we've been talking about cost cutting for a lot of OEMs in the last few weeks. So the next car on the books is the BYD Seal. So the premium and performance models. On-road costs are being slashed. Premium 58,798 drive away was 60,687. So almost a $2,000 reduction for premium. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, anyone buying or looking at the EV market, I think it's with the bigger battery pack, the premium model is it's good value.
It's pretty good. Yep, and that's less than what I paid drive away back in December too. So that's a good price. Performance is 68,000 drive away, so $2,000 less as well. So this is for Seals delivered between 1st of June and 30th of June 2024. And of course, if you have a car that's built after 2024 March 2024, you will hopefully have your V3 V4 Supercharger compatibility issue fixed. So I think most of you probably have seen my video this week. And many thanks to Christopher Hunt. I'm not sure if he's watching tonight, but he was very helpful in sending some footage of him testing his fixed BYD Seal that was built pre-March 2024 at a V4 supercharger like this, the V3 supercharger, and various other DC chargers as well. So great to see BYD fixing his car. I don't think anyone else has got a fix yet, and I know some of you have tried to call BYD to ask for a service appointment, and you're more likely going to get what are you talking about at this stage? So just hang tight. We'll hopefully get some official correspondence, Riz, from BYD. Fingers crossed. Nothing as yet, right?
Nothing I've seen officially yet, but hopefully that's in the work after Christopher's cars, I guess, seems to be working well.
That's good. There's hope for us all. So, and of course, obviously the next battle will be to get the Atto 3s fixed as well. So, yeah. So first up, BYD Seals built before March 2024. Get them fixed. And it's just a very simple cable harness. Apparently, takes half an hour to fix at your local BYD, I would think, or my car. I'm not sure at this stage. Again, no official correspondence yet. And then how many Atto 3s in Australia is? 10,000? Something like that?
Over 10,000. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Crazy. So hopefully we can get those fixed under warranty as well. So watch this space. We'll try to update you guys on the channel. And there's Riz's article as well. Just some nice screenshots from my video there. So that's
video. That's it.
So that's Christopher's seal charging at 33% state of charge at a V4 supercharger, paying 80 cents or 79 cents per kilowatt hour, getting a 99 kilowatt charging rate. That's not too bad, really, all things considered. So that's good. It just, Riz, I think it just provides more options, right? It may not be the cheapest like place to charge your vehicle on the road, but we know it's the most reliable network, and it's just nice to have that backup in case your ChargeFox or EV is just not working.
That's it. And for anyone that's interested, check out Tom's video because Christopher, when he was recording it, he was very pleased with the number of V4 bays at that particular site, and longer cables as well make it easier to be able to get a charge in the seal.
Yeah, just to get ahead of that game, some people asked, well, that's going to take up 2 spots, but that's not true. I've done a short where you can actually pull that V4 cable across to the other side for cars not on the left-hand port or left-hand side of the car. And as Riz said, this vehicle was the only car at the Campbelltown Supercharger site. So just for Chris's convenience, he just parked at the adjacent site. So in his defense, that's probably the easiest thing to do. But obviously, if it's a full house, then yeah, try to do the pullover trick. That way you're not annoying anyone else at that location. So that's the cable harness that gets replaced. It's a half an hour upgrade apparently, so that's good to see. Very quick fix, and you would think it's not that expensive. That harness, probably $50 at the most, if that, for BYD. And that's him testing it at Fig Tree Wollongong at a V3 supercharge. So for V3, you will actually take up an adjacent stall because these cables aren't long enough, unfortunately, for cars on the right with that right hand port. And yeah, that's my video, so check that out, everyone, if you haven't seen it yet. Thanks. Cool, let's take some comments. Are all Tesla Superchargers now available to BYD cars with the mod? Well, not all, just the ones that are available. And check the Tesla app for latest details. Terry asks, it's good that it works, but was 90 kilowatt max or just close to full when testing? No, as you saw in that picture, it was 99 at 30%. So obviously, if it's at a lower state of charge, then you probably get closer to the max, which is 150 in the seal. Yeah, so again, Midge actually asked BYD about it. They considered Christopher's modification as a trial. Okay, thank you. And yeah, Tassie Evie, that's very true. Well, hopefully BYD pull the finger out and push this out to everyone with an Atto 3 and seal. Cool. Very, very true. Jono X, hopefully Tesla opens up in Ballarat. ChargeFox is now completely dead there.
Oh.
I thought there was a Ballarat Tesla supercharger. I'm wrong.
I think there is one, or there's one. I may be wrong. There's one somewhere outside of that main town there. And yeah, that's that ChargeFox site in Ballarat. It basically, for anyone that's been to Goulburn, it gives you those sort of vibes, but I think slightly more. Let's just say it's not convenient and it's not a nice place. So it's a bit sad that and it's right in the middle of the town. So maybe we need other charging providers out there.
Yeah, it's terrifying, right? I mean, I wouldn't want to go to a quiet, deserted place to charge my vehicle at night. It's not safe, right? So, it's got to be somewhere like this. I'll just show. So this is Arm again, talking about the Campbelltown supercharger at night. And he makes a good point. We always talk about this, Riz. Why do their cables feel so light compared to everyone else? He makes that point. Like, they're all liquid cooled. They provide as much charge as the next DC fast charger. It's curious.
Well, sometimes, as Bjorn Nyland, a good friend in Norway that does a lot of these tests, he says Tesla uses alien technology. And that's what it is. It's alien tech straight out of space. That's how they can do it and everyone else can't.
Yeah. A bit like Independence Day, right? Alien tech. That's an old movie. Good movie. Yeah, I don't know. Good point. And someone removed all the plastic film off the screens and left it there. How funny. So, look, Scotty says, surely the newer Ballarat Charge 4 can be open to other EVs. You would hope so. Oh, you would hope so. I mean, the New South Wales ones have received government funding, so that's why they're opening up to all EVs. But Victorian ones I'm not sure at this stage.
There are a few sites that are open to non-Teslas, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure about the Ballarat one. Charles, you may know more.
Charles may know more. And so Arm's at hard work again with hashtag #PlugShareBitchin. And unfortunately, the Mittagong Illumina chargers we were talking about last week are all broken straight off the bat, which is very disappointing. And that was over the long weekend too.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, maintenance is always an issue with these things, uptime. We talk about this a lot.
Is it the actual chargers? Is it the actual site? Because nothing that they've tried at Mittagong works.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Maybe the RSL are down there sucking up too much power. I'm not sure what's going
All the
on. But,
pokies.
or they're having, or they must have really nice food. That
Oh,
yeah, it's I don't know. But new chargers should work. But yeah, hopefully they're back up now.
yeah. So 9th of June, that's like 3 days ago. 6:36 p.m. David Taft. All 4 new stations not working. Old station only pumping out 8 kilowatts. That's quite disappointing, isn't it? Not good.
Slight. I don't know. Maybe it's too soon. But is it the vehicle itself?
Oh yeah. Well, a BYD R3. Oh yes, you're
Yeah.
right. Okay, good point.
Don't know. Anyway, I'm only just reading what's there. But
Speculating.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean Atto
Model
3.
Y.
Yeah. Model Y's working. Model 3 is not working.
Okay. Yes.
BYD R3 again. Yeah.
0% charge on. So the Marty where it says 0% charge on the station itself. So is it because the batteries weren't charged, or the batteries were
Oh,
depleted?
good point. Yeah, maybe. But surely you would still get some charge from the grid, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think so.
You'd think so. Yeah. Okay.
A lot going on
Well,
at Mittagong. Anyone's out there, go check it out and let us know
go
what's going on.
exactly. Go test it for us and tag us on X. That'd be good. Yeah. So it's a good point. People asking about tritium, Riz, in the chat here. Any news on tritium and the administrative? No.
Nothing I've heard. Last, I think, what were the news reports that they found a buyer or they were, looking for somebody? I don't think they'll have any real trouble finding a buyer for it, because they have developed technology over a period of time. Yes, they've had some reliability issues with earlier units, but at the same time, I think there's a bit of IP in that company that I'm sure someone in the US, if that's where their big market is quite eager to get into the charging game. So why not own a hardware manufacturer? But we'll see. No more news that I've heard.
Okay. Well, Bonza couldn't find a buyer. Hopefully Tritium can, for our sakes.
Fingers crossed.
We talked about Chatswood's V4 Supercharger site earlier on, so let's talk about that now. So this is going to be, I think, a very popular site because, there's a lot of Teslas in Chatswood and a lot of EVs in general. So you would think this would be a site that's open to all EVs. So I'll keep checking my Tesla app for the time being. But this, for those who are in Sydney, will know that the Mix or Chatswood Place in Chatswood is a very popular shopping centre. Just a bit down the road from Chatswood Chase, and there is, I'll just show you, I think there are 12 stores under construction. I think there might be
confusion between 8 and 9, maybe 9.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep.
Don't know.
Yeah, 8 or 9, sorry, but still, I think they'll be pretty popular. It's quite very well utilized, and V4 too. So yeah, hopefully they are open to all EVs. So that'll be good. I'll try to get down there and have a look myself. It is. I think it's down in the bottom of the car park, so there's a bit of navigation to get down there. Unfortunately, with these chargers, so watch your rims, everyone, as you get down there. All right, so let's talk about this story, Riz. So before we get to this story, now the first rule about cyber safety and just about internet usage in general is that whatever you post online will be found by someone. So that's what we always tell our kids. Don't post anything you don't want to be seen by anyone. So this happened yesterday. This is the first I heard of it. SK, who might be watching today, XPENG G6 pre-orders are now available. $990 deposit. So there's evidence there at 1:20 p.m. 11th of June that the XPENG website was actually live to place a pre-order. $990 got you basically a deposit or maybe an expression of interest. I don't know exactly for a G6, either a standard range or a long range. So that was quite exciting because up to that point, Riz, we hadn't heard anything from XPENG in terms of their official launch date, right?
No, nothing. All we knew was there was some hints around 2024. Didn't know when, but this was sort of the first confirmation.
So yeah, I verified this. We checked it. Yes, the XPENG website was accessible publicly. You know, it's not it's not sort of a password protected page. You don't have to do anything too fancy. It's there. It wasn't on Google, but you know, the website xpeng.com.au, you could access it. And you know, separate pages to look at the specs and stuff for the standard range and long range. So I went ahead and did a quick walkthrough of the website, and yeah, it looks quite promising. Riz, I quite like the look of the car, and the specs look good as well. So obviously no pricing as yet, so we don't know how much that's going to cost. But so I did the video, and then you can see this little X down here. I was then asked by XPeng to remove this video as it showcased their unfinished website. So that's their exact words, unfinished, from an email I received from PR. And this website was publicly available anyway. So I did the right thing, took it down, but had a quick look at it. And I think 3,000 viewers probably had a look at it as well at the same time. Riz, did you take a look at my video?
I had a squeeze at it, and I also looked at the configurator when it was live. And yeah, I mean, over 3,000 people have already, seen it, and there's obviously genuine interest. That's 3,000 more views on a car that most people didn't even know existed. So it's, you've done the right thing, Tom, and we didn't hack into anywhere to get access to that order page. So yeah, I'm hoping that we get to learn a little bit more about the car in the coming, weeks or so. A bit more official confirmation would be good. Otherwise, we'll spot it next week.
Yeah, so this was a quote from the website that when it was live, but just $990, will be guaranteed a vehicle expected in Q4 2024. And I think this will compete quite well with the Tesla Model Y. It's the same sort of shape, same sort of size, not too bad battery pack, and pretty good range as well. So I think Elliot's got one of these too, Elliot in Shanghai.
Yeah. Price prediction, Tom. What do you think the base model? It's LFP from what I saw on the configurator yesterday. It's 435 kilometers of range from memory. Relatively well-spec'd car from what we can see. Couple of interior options as well as obviously the exterior paints. I quite like that orange. What do you think? 50 grand, 55 grand plus on roads, 56 grand is the benchmark Model Y plus on roads.
No, I agree, Riz. I mean, and 800 volt architecture as well. So 250 kilowatts of charging speed. It's a pretty good road tripper.
Fingers crossed.
It's pretty good, right? I mean, you would think the long range is probably LFP as well. So I would think it has to be around that Model Y price, around that 50 to 56 grand before on road. So yeah, I think if they can get a price at that point, it'll be pretty compelling, I gotta say.
And I guess last year we saw BYD with their seal, right? Like under 50 grand as a starting point for what they had for the base model car. That attracted a lot of people. I mean, in general, people are buying sort of the mid-spec car. That's the most popular model. So hopefully XPeng can have a lower entry price to get a few more people interested. And, then, for those that want that extra performance and whatever else the other models bring, the long range and all the rest, they can pay a bit more, but hopefully it's priced that way. Otherwise, it's going to face a few hurdles getting buyers when you compare it to the Model Y and sort of what that SUV offers.
Yeah, it looks pretty good too. I think it's probably high premium trims, right? A bit like the Model Y as well, rather than luxury. Interior looks good. There's a screen behind the steering wheel too, as opposed to Tesla's obviously without a screen, so that's something. Flush door handles looks pretty good. Front camera, bumper camera too, something that Tesla lacks. And I think the mid-range, the long range has got 570 kilometers WLTP with an 84 kilowatt hour battery, so not too bad. So yeah, we shall see. We'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully XPeng Australia will launch their website properly soon, so we can do a proper walkthrough of it again. Charles is asking us maybe we should keep that video available to Ludicrous Feed members only. Look, I think just to keep relations safe with XPeng Australia, I will keep it off for now. We still want to test this car, so good suggestion though, Charles. Maybe if I see you personally, I can show it to you on my phone. Tazzy has good question. Is XPeng similar to the BYD level and therefore similar cost, perhaps? Yeah, good question.
A bit hard to tell because with the BYD, we've got a comparison. We can go into one of their experience centers and actually look at the quality of the car, and the materials. With XPeng, we haven't had that chance yet, but they're sort of not the entry level electric models. They're sort of mid spec, but they're not, sort of your high end models like some of the more premium brands that BYD has. One thing BYD does have is the scale. So they have, when they manufacture things, seats and everything else that goes into the car, they do it for multiple models. And XPeng just doesn't sell that many in terms of compared to BYD anyway. So, maybe it's more bespoke, more luxurious. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out next week, Riz and I. Hopefully, we'll see one on the road in Shanghai that we can have a look at. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's premium like Xiaomi or even Yangwang, I guess, some of the bigger brands over there, but it should be good. Does it have a HUD? I'm not sure. If it does, that'd be good. Just staying with XPeng for the moment. So Riz, XPeng surprises public with the official name of its first EV under the new MONA brand before launch. Now, MONA stands for Made of New AI.
Well, looks cool. Like it sort of reminds you a little bit of, I don't know, a Corolla sedan, that sort of look from the side.
So presumably AI means what? Self-driving? That's what it means, right?
Yeah, and I think, when we were looking at that XPeng for Australia, it'd be interesting to see whether they bring their self-driving or, what their automated driving software is like. So if this Mona is all about AI at an affordable price, then it would sell quite well. Not sure whether it's designed for international markets or not.
Yeah, Richard, I thought of this straight away actually when I saw this article. Yeah, Museum of Old and New Art in Tasmania. I'm with you right there. That's what I thought too.
Hey, maybe that's where a lot of the inspiration's coming from, because I know this is sort of an ice news, but when Kia announced their Ute, I think they call it the Tasman. And maybe that's where all the car companies are going to get inspiration for their new models. So, Charles, if you spot any of them, you let us know.
That's right. Tasmania is the place to be, apparently, for inspiration. All right, almost at the end of our show. 243 viewers. That's great. We've got a few more to keep you interested, so stay with us for now. Just a bit closer to home, ChargeHQ. Now, big fan of ChargeHQ. They are basically software-enabled solar charging. So it works well with Tesla, works well with a lot of OCPP-enabled wall chargers or wall connectors. Unfortunately, due to rising costs, well, mostly because Tesla's third-party API is now going to be charged to apps like ChargeHQ, they can no longer offer the free early adopter plan. So that's coming to an end. So the subscription will be applied very soon. So I think it's still worth paying. It's still a really, really good app. Very good software to help you charge your Tesla or your EV via solar during the day. So it's really good. So thank you, Roland, for highlighting that for us. I got that email as well. I guess it's an alternative to, say, the Powerwall 2 and solar charging from Tesla or Zappi or some other third-party solar charger. So it's a good option. All right, and closer to home again. So this is the first F-150 electric. This person has seen in Perth at the ChargeVox charger. Would that be one of the converted left-hand drive to right-hand drive F-150s, Riz?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Not sure if this came directly off but I don't know what the rules are in WA to be driving left-hand drive cars around. But it looks like it's from a work site and it's supposed to be there. So, maybe they are. And if that's the case, Ford should be selling plenty more to mine sites.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's a huge car, obviously. Cybertruck sized, some would say. But yeah, would love to check that out in person. Nice, Richard. Good joke. Hyundai Great Wall joint venture. Kia Ora. Nice. Keep the dad jokes coming. Wonder what the AC charger is doing. Must have had a CCS2 socket swapped in for this Ford. Okay, let's keep pushing on. Almost at the end here. And speaking of ZEEKR, a company sponsoring our trip next week to China. ZEEKR announcing entry into Indonesian and Malaysian markets. Nice.
It's happening. They're like Malaysia and Indonesia, both of them really want all different types of EVs. And if you look at that, I think it's called the is it the G9 or the MPV that they've got.
Oh, yeah. 009.
They will do quite well. Oh, yeah, 009. That would do quite well in markets like Indonesia and Malaysia. So, yeah, good to see them expand.
So the ZEEKR X, you can see there, right-hand drive ZEEKR X. That's the one that's coming to Australia.
Yes.
And to me, I haven't seen this in person, but it looks very much like an MG4 size.
Yes.
A small, like SUV or sort of large hatchback.
Yeah, it'd be similar to the EX30, the Volvo. So from all the videos that I've seen, quite premium on the inside. Styling, it does look different. So yeah, it would be cool to check it out in person.
Yeah, I mean, ZEEKR is, for those who don't know, ZEEKR belongs to Geely, which also owns Polestar and Volvo, quite premium vehicles. So you would expect ZEEKR to be in the same sort of field when it comes to that sort of premium trim. And from what I know, ZEEKR in Australia will be having their own dealership network as well. So hopefully we'll see some nice showrooms like this.
Fantastic.
Yeah, should be good. So that's the first car coming, ZEEKR X. Hopefully that comes too, the big MPV. ZEEKR 007 looks pretty good as well, the sedan. So we'll see. ZEEKR charging station, look at that. That looks pretty posh there. Wow. Hopefully we'll see some of these, Riz, in Shanghai and Hangzhou.
Yeah, very cool. ZEEKR power.
Yeah, cool ports. Richard saying Civic Cell are pretty decent. Talking about chargers. And thank you, Chewy, for gifting a membership to Nick, I think was a benefit. Thank you. Awesome. All right, and let's move on. Almost at the end here. This is a nice article from ABC News showing that, I guess breaking the stereotype that EVs are really just for the city. We've got some regional EV owners as well. So some nice comments from people saying, yeah, EVs are for them. If they were to drive a diesel, it would cost them a lot more. So that's good. The more you drive, the cheaper it is driving an EV. Nice.
I got into an Uber the other day here in Melbourne, and you can now, obviously, you can book in Uber Electric or Electric Comfort. It's only a couple of dollars more over the standard Uber, and I got a Model 3, I think a year old, and I spoke to the Uber driver, and he reckons he loves it. He used to have a Nissan, and he was spending over $100 every 2 days on just fuel. And he said with this car, he's done 75,000 kilometers in it. And he's just so happy with how much money he's actually saving while being able to, it's more money in the driver's pockets. And that's what we want to see, right? Cheaper charging and just more reliable. He said he hasn't had to take it back to Tesla to do anything apart from just the basic wheel or tire rotations.
It's good. It's very good. Yeah, I'm ashamed to say that I actually drove a nice car recently. Did a quick trip with a family up to the Gold Coast. We used like a tiny bit of fuel, like one of the bars, like it was like a sixth of the battery of the fuel tank. Diesel, pumped it back up to full to get it back to the hire car company. $36, Riz. $36, paying $1.95 per litre. Insane, right? So if I'd pumped it to full, it would have been well over $200 for a full tank.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, yeah. Whereas, with hire companies that have EVs, generally speaking, they won't mind if you bring it back like half empty even. They're usually pretty okay because they've got chargers on site. So that's another benefit of hiring an EV if it's available, which it wasn't at this location I was at. Quickly now, we've got Sawyer posting about refreshed Rivian R1T and R1S. So what stood out for me was LFP battery option for the first time in a Rivian. Now, how's this going to get into the US, Riz? LFP, as we know, generally Chinese made. So Mexico again?
Yeah, hard to tell. I mean, who knows how they're getting their packs. I learned a little bit more with this refresh that they're making a lot of their own drivetrains and drive units themselves, sort of like what Tesla does, and trying to reduce cost to manufacture these cars so they're not losing tens of thousands of dollars on every car that they sell. But yeah, LFP will help them save more costs. Hopefully it's made somewhere there, but then again, these vehicles are quite expensive already, so they may not be eligible for the tax incentives in the US.
Yeah, very interesting. But LFP will be good for vehicles like this. You can charge 100% quite regularly. They are very nice vehicles, I must say. Just personally, I wouldn't mind this over the Cybertruck. Just looks a bit more conventional. Nice detail there. Let's take some comments real quick. We've got, thanks, Scott. Safe travels to Riz and myself. Look forward to hearing about your travels on board. Well done, ZEEKR. Thank you. Nick, good question. Any reasons you went ice? Yeah, it was sort of last minute trip, and the only very cheap option was going ice, unfortunately. I am sorry to say. Richard says, my diesel would cost around $300 to fill from empty right now. Wow. Fortunately, I only use it for towing a trailer around. Not all rental companies do that, Tom, unfortunately. I think it was Avis wants them back with 90%. That's pretty harsh, 90% charge.
Yeah, I found that with Hertz as well. On the Gold Coast, the only company that that has EVs over there. And they sort of said, but anyone, just a top tip, Gold Coast Airport has a Queensland Electric Superhighway charger. It's one of those older tritium refill units, but there's one there and there's just one down the road at Coolangatta, right next to, I think, the hotel there, facing the water. So nice meal, quick charge, 30 cents a kilowatt hour at Coolangatta as well. So check it out.
That's the one near the servo, isn't it?
Yeah.
The electric charger? Yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
Scotty says 6 at no minimum charge level upon return. That's right. I'm pretty sure that's true. Question from Enzo. I think shop around if you're worried about electricity going up. Good point from Terry. AGL, Origin did a walkthrough of Origin recently, and I think OVO is pretty good as well. So those three are worth looking at. Yes, ice is addictive. Yes, not the ice I think you're thinking of. Cyber EV says, when in China, Tom Riz, check out the EV SUV from Huawei. It is crazy. Yeah, definitely can't wait. This trip will be awesome. I think that might be it, Riz. So that's it for tonight. Thanks everyone for joining us on Ludicrous Feed live on Wednesday, 12th of June, 2024. This is our last stream before we head to China next week. So hopefully we can stream to you from somewhere in China. Riz and myself will be doing that, of course. Riz, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you? How excited are you about this trip?
10.5. I know you said 10. I can't count, Tom. So it should be very, very cool. There's just so much to see and share with everybody. And while we're away, if you're finding things, tag us on X or anywhere else. Because, without you guys and girls, there's no show. So, make it happen. And always love sharing what you guys put out there and what you see.
That's right. Hopefully our VPN will be stable when we're over there and we'll be able to stream. Otherwise, we'll do an episode when we get back. But we'll try our best to communicate. I mean, if Elliot can communicate by X, surely with his help we can do the same when we're over there.
Yeah, well, Elliot, if your apartment's available, we can stream from there. We know it works. We know the tech works.
That's right. Yeah, we'll definitely try to catch up with him.
Yeah.
We will be trying to catch up with Elliot, Tassie, that's right. Thank you, safe travels, enjoy the time with ZEEKR, fantastic experience, yes, it'll be once in a lifetime, cannot wait. Yep, and thank you, Cameron, safe travels to China, thank you, Simon, thanks, safe travels as well, appreciate that. All right, well, Riz, thanks again, and looking forward to, spending the week with you next week in Shanghai, and we'll miss you guys, but we'll be there, don't worry, we'll try and capture as much as we can from ZEEKR's point of view and also just what we see in Shanghai and Hangzhou and China in general as well. Thanks, everyone. Take care. And as always, happy charging. See you, Riz. Thanks for your time.